You guys ever tie on a good buzz, get the hankering to play some video games, but you know damn well whatever you start playing you're gonna fucking suck at? Well, me too. That's why over time I've been able to narrow down what games I can get away with playing drunk. So I put together a list of 5 games, not in any particular order, but I saved a very special one for the number 1 spot, since it may come as a bit of a surprise to you. I hope you liked today's video. If you do, like, subscribe, be sure to check out my Twitch channel at Severed Gaming for both casual play and speedruns alike. So, let me paint the picture of the possible scenario here. It's 8 or 9 p.m. You're about 6 beers deep. Motor skills are not so great, but you want to play some fucking video games. Well, lucky for you, I've put in hundreds of hours of research, countless testing, and finding what games I could play worth a shit. It wasn't easy, but somebody had to do it. So when you're half in the bag, I'd probably recommend staying away from games that require decent motor skills, like fighting games or racing games. That may go without saying, but you know, let's face it, when you're hammered, you don't tend to make the most sound decisions. These aren't necessarily in any order by any means. All these ones are a good pick. It just depends on what you're really feeling at the time. First, I'll start out with a mindless favorite of mine, both sober and drunk. Dynasty Warriors 4 for the PS2. Pretty straightforward game. Throw this bitch on easy mode and just start beating the shit out of Chinese dudes. What makes it so simple but so fun is that all you really need to do is mash square and like hit triangle, you know, to just mix different combos together and stuff. It's slightly strategic, kinda. But if you don't feel like strategizing your attack, brute force will work just fine. I've put many hours in this one, both solo and multiplayer with my wife. Number 2, are you feeling a little RPG-ish, but you don't really have the attention span to focus on a story too much? Just kind of want to slop your way through it? Well, believe it or not, I can kind of do that in the second one. That's why I recommend Fable for the original Xbox. Or Fable Lost Chapters, entirely up to you. Both fantastic games. Fable Lost Chapters just has a little bit more stuff in it. So what I like to do when I had a character that was pretty decently leveled up is I would just go from town to town slaughtering townsfolk and guards. But if you're starting fresh, there really isn't too much that you have to focus on. It's pretty linear and it won't take too long before you can kind of wander off and do your own thing. But what's great is it's not so big that you can wander off and get lost and then you're just kind of lost. You can just aimlessly slaughter people and creatures. It doesn't have a crazy combat system you have to worry about. So it helps make it a little more beginner friendly or drunk friendly. Number 3, if you dig Pokemon games, or even if you don't, this next one is pretty chill to play. Drink a few brewskis and enjoy yourself some Pokemon Stadium for the N64. Now, why the first one and not the second one? Well, I found the second game started making the type advantages a tad more confusing. Some moves that were super effective against certain Pokemon in the handheld versions didn't necessarily work out that way in Pokemon Stadium 2. The first Pokemon Stadium did that much better. Plus, the first one doesn't have as many moves and different Pokemon to worry about. Careful though, you can find yourself searching for that perfect team. Don't overcomplicate it. Just pick some fun ones, man, and have at it. But one advantage to Pokemon Stadium 2 that I like are the mini games. They're a lot better than the first one, and I've had a lot of fun drunken nights with friends playing a lot of the mini games in the second one. So for Pokemon battles, I'd say stick with the first one. For mini games, you're probably better off with the second one. While we're still on the topic of Pokemon, my next one I've put many hours into, period, and a pretty decent amount schnookered. Pokemon Red and Blue, or Pokemon Gold and Silver. More in the realm of an RPG than Pokemon Stadium, of course. It's still pretty simple to follow. You can put many fucking hours into it. Usually, when I was buzzing, I'd be wasting time just catching Pokemon that I didn't have, or starting fresh and just picking Pokemon that I haven't used before, who most of the time sucked. But I was drunk, so who gives a shit. Number 5. This one I did save for last because it's a game I thought was very underrated. It's very cheap, and I've soaked so many hours into this game. Are you ready? Are you sure you're ready? Well, then grab another beer, strap the fuck in, and pop in HotShots Golf for the PS1. Now you're probably thinking, golf? Severed, really? Yes, really. I'm not a fan of golf, period, but I am a big fan of this game. It takes a little bit to get your sea legs, but before you know it, you'll have the mechanics down in no time. So why do I like it buzzed? Well, pretty simple. There's no rush. Set up your shots, take your time, and then just drive that fucker home. And it's a really awesome game to play multiplayer. My wife and I have played this game far too much. And most of the time, we these days make a drinking game out of it, where maybe a shot goes in the rough, you take a drink, or lose around the course, ends up taking a shot of sake. You know, have fun with it. And the best part is, guess how much it cost me? $10. $10. That's cheap, man. Super cheap. A lot of fun for not a lot of money. Definitely check it out. And you know what? If you don't dig it, you got something cool to add in your collection. Well, there you have it, guys. I tried to keep this video relatively short and sweet. Next time you're tying one on, hopefully you listen to my advice. Dig around that collection of yours and try messing around with some of these fun yet simple games. If you enjoy the video, give it a good old thumbs up, subscribe, and check me out on Twitch. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.